flash, but it'll keep time.
I got it.
Okay, 3, 2.
Hello, welcome to You Are Amazing, and you are amazing. It's great to be back here with you this morning to talk to you about the amazing person that you are and to share with you tools and philosophies that help you uncover that amazing self that you are. That's why we're here today. We're here to talk to you one-on-one and to bring guests on that will help you discover that potential, that divine light that's in you. So we have wonderful guests on this show, and we have wonderful quotes and philosophies and all sorts of goodies to share with you. And I am just so blessed to be here. Our basis here is to remind you that there are certain things you can do to unlock that beautiful divine within you, that beautiful light that's within all of us that we sometimes forget. So we're here to help you do that. One of the main things is that through life, for whatever reason, we're faced with so many challenges, difficulties, joys and great things. Life is an amazing adventure. As my friend Don says, it's the greatest show on earth. And it really is. It's really the most amazing thing. I'm 49 years old now. I had many different experiences, and this is my qualification to be here. Who am I? My name's Ed Doris. I live in Brentwood. I have a business in Exeter, and I'm here giving my time to the community of Exeter so I can give back a little of what was given to me. And what has been given to me over the years is that through challenges, through difficulties, I've had certain people come into my life that presented ideas, truths to me that has helped transform my life, that has helped me grow and become a better man, a better father, a better friend, just better. These people have come into my life that selflessly have taken their time to share certain beliefs with me and philosophies with me. They're amazing people and they're givers. And so these tools that they shared with me to help me become a better person, I want to pass on to you through my various guests. My qualifications, again, I'm not an expert in any of these areas. Nothing you hear on this show is going to be unique to me that I came up with. It's all my life experiences through people who taught me, through philosophies and thoughts that have been around for thousands of years. And so I'm here to be a conduit for you to give back of little of what I receive, right? So look at these tools. When we talk, on previous shows we've talked about taking care of your mind, body, and soul. Today we're going to be talking about empowerment. We're going to be talking about healing. We're going to talk about loving yourself. We're going to be talking about some deep work, some deep introspection that will help you get to this point, to help you get closer to the point of becoming that amazing self, to move away garbage that is built up in your life. And that's what happens in life. I mean, we talk about it all the time. You turn on the news, and what do you hear? You hear about deaths, murders, losses, people taking from one another. You heard it, they say CNN is constantly negative news, and it really is. That's what you're getting out there. When you're out there in the world and people are telling you you have to buy this car to get that girl, you have to have this job or have this thing to have inner happiness, to have contentment. And if you don't have this, like this person has that, then you're not going to be happy. I've learned that that's not true, and many other people have learned the same thing. And they learned that true inner joy and happiness comes from knowing yourself, discovering that self, and realizing that you are worth it and that you are amazing. So if you are sitting at home today or wherever you are and you feel beat up, you feel you're going through a divorce, somebody's telling you you're not enough, just whatever's going in your head where you don't have joy in your heart, we're here for you. We're here for you to help you grow and expand. And if you are in the process of growing and expanding, and you're in that spot home, but you're doing the work that we're going to be talking about today, it's a difficult time, but we've all been there. So I congratulate you if you are doing the work. So we're going to help you today look at the inside of you and how you work and how you can. We have an awesome guest who can help you. She's going to talk about how she helps people transform their lives, and she can help you if you end up talking with her or visiting her website after the show. So let me just tell you one other thing before we get to our guest. I talk about the tools that we use to take care of our mind, body, and soul. And this is an activist approach. If you want to live and grow and have joy and contentment in your life, it's activist. You have to be an activist. You have to get up off your butt and you have to get out there. You have to make amends to people. You have to self-explore. You have to exercise. You have to eat right. You have to do all these things to have an amazing life, to find that amazing self that I guarantee you, this is a guarantee, I guarantee you, you can have that amazing life and you can feel amazing. But you have to get up and you have to avail yourself of the amazing tools like the woman I'm going to have on this show. And if you do that, there aren't many guarantees in life, but I can tell you that there is one from me. Come see me if that doesn't happen. But I do tell you, I've seen it in my life and countless others. So take that to the bank. The tools that we give you are, I always say the base is to love, to serve, to give, and to have gratitude. Right? That has to be the foundation. It has in my life, and it has in many others. When I've been lost, and I've been making mistakes and doing all sorts of things, when I've kept those basic things in my life, for some reason, for some way, I'm carried to the next level. I'm getting taken care of when I can't take care of myself. When I'm doing things and I can't take care of myself, when I'm doing those core things, for some reason I'm still taken care of. So at the base, if you can go out and help somebody today. Do a random act of kindness. If you had great service, leave a $50 tip if you have that money. If you have somebody that lifts your heart up, go out and buy them a gift. Help somebody randomly. Love somebody. Love is a verb. Love is action. Go out and do those things, and that's the springboard to get you to the next step to use these tools that will really transform your life. I am so excited today to have a show about healing, transcending, empowering. You know, there's synchronicity, there's coincidences, there's miracles, and it just so happens I've been through a challenging period of my life, the last 8 to 10 months with business and personal life, and you know, it's been an unbelievable growth period. My experience through this time has been, I've kept my core principles, and I've not used the tools that I remembered to pick them up, just like I said a few minutes ago. And this activist approach that I talked about over the 8 to 10 months for me brought me to the point of yesterday, and this is the gift of doing the work and having these core principles in your life. It was a gift for me, and it's happened before. I had a profound experience yesterday when, in my heart, I just started to weep. I've had a lot of challenges come up, and I've talked to so many people, and I've counseled, and all this stuff has been happening. And yesterday I had a profound experience where I just wept, and the truth just came flooding in, and I had contentment and peace and joy and insight. Even today I just see what I have to do. I'm going somewhere after this, and I have to meet with someone on something, and I just knew I had to do that, although it doesn't fit into the schedule or what have you. And all these things are just like opened up to me. But how did that happen? You know, I had to avail myself, and I was lost to a point, because I'm like, I don't understand these things. I don't know what's going on. I have an idea that, and I truly believe this, everything that happens in your life happens for a reason. For good, always. I found one person who could tell me otherwise, and there's been some pretty challenging questions about tough situations in life. And I truly believe that, but you can believe that, and you could be going through what you're going through right now at home and saying, I know it's for the good, but come on, man, right? But my challenge to you is to watch this show or go to the library or whatever to find the tools that we talk about and implement them. Briefly, I over the last, especially 1 to 2 months, I've availed myself of friends and professionals. I've like searched and looked at things. Then I had loving people in my life. I had my friends that I could go and talk to, and there might have been some tears, and they let me hash things out, and that was beautiful. Then I had like divine gifts just come out of nowhere, and this is where you're taken care of when you can't take care of yourself. I had a friend recently who I was able to talk with, that I've had some difficulties with, that I was able to talk with. She lovingly enough took the time, and it was a really healing experience, because that person was willing to give of themselves and to give their time to talk with me and bounce some things off one another. So that was a beautiful thing. And then, like I said, the other people, a professional who was helping me, and friends and what have you, and on the business side, this is business and personal stuff. On the business side, a consultant, friends, and all this stuff, all these people, all these resources were available to me, and a lot of them came to me because I just feel blessed, and I feel I'm being taken care of. So that is why I'm so excited today about this show, because I know the point I got to yesterday morning, where I had this wonderful awakening after a lot of tough work. This person does this all the time. This person, Cheri Valentine, a local healer, wonderful, loving woman. She has a business where this is what she does. She concentrates on helping women, empowering women. And she does the work that brings people to these powerful experiences that help people grow, help these women grow and find themselves. And she has many different modalities, and it's really amazing. And that's why the experience yesterday, and then the synchronicity of having Cheri here today to talk about this basic core stuff of healing people and showing people the way with these universal truths and principles and different methods. I just feel so blessed that we are here today with my guest to talk about the healing process, the empowerment process, the process, and I always put this on my guests, to be the amazing you. She is a You Are Amazing consultant. She has another definition which she'll share with us, but I see her as a You Are Amazing consultant. I've seen her work. I've seen her, her true heart and how she loves, and that's why I invited her on the show today. She has a moniker, and we're going to put this up on the screen now. As I go to sit down, Socrates said the unexamined life is not worth living. And Cheri has a moniker that's heart. It's heal, expand, awaken, release, and transcend. Heal, expand, awaken, release, and transcend. Those are powerful words right there, and the reason why I'm going to be so excited, and everyone, let me put a disclaimer out here. Right now, let me put in a disclaimer. This is not an infomercial. I'm still a little bit high from yesterday, so excuse me. This is not an infomercial for Cheri Valentine. She has in no way paid me in any way. We booked this like a month or two ago, I think. So if I get all effusive, it's just because the work she is doing is so critical and so important. And again, if you're out there and you're hurting or what have you, you're going to hear some amazing things today from Cheri that will help you. So let me say one other thing, and it's funny because I wanted to say so much about Cheri, and I usually don't read things off a pad, but I'm going to do this because it really states the essence of who she is. And I wanted to tell you that today. We're going to talk about Cheri. Where is that? We have to have this. All right. This was so important for me because I didn't want to do her any. I wanted to really give her her full due, and I really believe the healer that she is fantastic. All right. The tools we will be discussing today are about self-exploration and developing skills to empower you. Cheri is going to talk about these skills, right? But Cheri is no self-help guru at all. There are many self-help people. You can read self-help books, how to make money, how to get the man, how to do this, how to become a rock and roll star. But that only goes so deep. She's not that self-help guru that skims the surface and tells you how to make a lot of money or get a rich guy or gal or become a rock star. She digs deep so you can find real happiness and success. She helps you heal and then move forward to unlock your unlimited potential. That's what she does. She's the real deal. Let's bring her out right now. Cheri. Hello.
Hi, guys. Tears in my eyes. Thank you.
You're welcome. It wasn't smooth, but it said it, didn't it?
Yeah.
And it said it for me.
It's so heartfelt. I mean, And
Yeah.
I know that's coming from your heart, so thank you.
It is. It is. And it really wakened up in me the work you do and other friends of mine. But especially you too, because I've experienced some of your work. You had me on a session on the table where it was pretty amazing. It was a good experience. And later on in the show, I'm going to ask you to talk about your different healing modalities and what have you. But that was a fun experience. But more importantly, your energy that I feel. And I tell this, most of the guests I have here have the love in their heart like you do. And that's the important thing. So I have to do this to you. I'm sorry. Cheri Valentine, you're an amazing, amazing woman. You are. And I compliment you and I salute you and for all the work you've done. And I know you just don't show up one day and become this person. I know you've had your life struggles like I have and other people have, and you use those struggles to become a healer. You use those struggles, your life experience, to get out there and become a healer, to help people, to take everything and get to the next level. That's why I say I'm a layman on this stuff. You went on and you studied things. You dug deep. You said, just like the miracles I see, you know the truth and you dug deep. You said, I want to learn deeper so I can teach these people, so I can help people, so I can be a service, which is the basis of everything, like I said. So that's what you did. You took your experience. You had a BS in education. You worked in the corporate world, which is invaluable. Because you see the dog eat dog sometimes. You see the love, but you see the dog eat dog. You see, you see the world just operating at one level. But as we get more divinely inspired and our light comes out, we do see love everywhere, and we can see that in corporate environments or anywhere. But you did work in the corporate environment. You did go through this process that made you become the beautiful woman that you are and get into the business that you are. So your qualifications are, yes, you took some courses and you've studied and you dug deep and you meditated, but the qualifications I see with you is that you have a loving heart, and that's the main one. You have a loving heart and you want to give. Those are the main, and you went through, so there's more and more, and you went through life experiences and the struggle to transcend to the other side. The transcend, that's the last of your heal, expand, awakening, release, and transcend. And I truly feel that transcending process, the last day or two, and the miracle that it is. And because you went through these processes and you developed blueprints and strategies, and you didn't wake up overnight and say, I want to be a life coach and I want to do this, which a lot of people are doing nowadays. You had the pain and you dug and you worked and you worked and you worked. And many years later, you're here now with a business that's growing and thriving, helping people. So it's amazing. It really is amazing, and thank you for being here. Tell us how you got into this and why. What was the jumping off point for you that said, I have to move and I want to be a full-time healer?
Well, it's a process, but I'll tell you, it all started with that word that you love and mentioned earlier, synchronicity. I had gone through or was in the process of a second divorce, and I was still healing from a quite debilitating disease and experienced Lyme disease. And I just knew my soul had been calling me to do something my whole life and had not been listening, which I think also contributed to all the experiences that were showing up, the divorce and the illness and all kinds of things. Because when you don't listen to spirit, it will do anything to get your attention, especially if you set that intention for yourself. So I was exploring different options for myself. Well, okay, here, I've always known there was something that I'm here to do, that I'm meant to do, and I truly believe that. And I wasn't sure what that was, but now's probably the time to start searching. So I explored many different avenues. And one day I sat down, and it's just such a synchronistic moment. I turned on the computer, I looked up at the TV, and at the same time that I was ready to type something in, I saw, for more tips from Rhonda, go to this website. Now, this was a show I had been watching for about 2 years. And I hadn't realized how drawn in I was by the show and how it had been speaking to me. But in that moment, I knew, oh my goodness, this is something I need to look at. And I discovered in that moment that there was actually a career called life coaching. And it's the first time in my entire life that I just said, this is what I have to do. And I booked a flight out to Phoenix for 2 back-to-back weekend trainings. And I didn't call anyone. I didn't ask. I'd always picked up the phone and called, my favorite aunt and my best friends and, whoever's in my life. What do you think of this? And, I'd go through this whole process. And there was no process. It was like, I need to be there, and I'm going. And that really started me on this path. And I just followed it and trusted it and kept growing and kept learning and kept connecting. And I kept sharing what I was learning. And I kept just wanting other people to experience what I was experiencing from within. And it just started to really grow. And along the path of coaching, I discovered more of a healing aspect to the coaching, that it's wonderful to have an intention, and it's wonderful to want to do this and to affirm things and to think differently, which is so powerful and we need to do. And there's a limited space that holds that for us because it's actually being fed by some more deeper unconscious traumas, beliefs, limiting beliefs, things that really don't serve our highest good, that interfere with us, like expanding into our fullest potential. So I started to realize that they worked together. It wasn't one or the other. And for me, it was really bringing that coaching piece of creating the vision and then working with what was interfering from allowing me and others to bring that to life, to allow that into being. And you need to really be in alignment with what our intentions and our desires are and what's feeding those.
Right.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, because that's what separates you. That's what I see separates you from many other life coaches, the healing aspect of it. You can do all the work you want to do, but if you have this past pain that you don't get to, and that's one of the experiences I was talking about. Really, a lot of it over the last few weeks, have been releasing. A lot of the feelings and or tears or whatever. It was more releasing of past child stuff, like from years ago that I never knew was there. But it started with that healing, awakening that you do, and it's amazing. That's why, your work, what are some of the things you do? You have a tappy hour, which I sat in and you did with me before. That's a lot of people are doing it now and with you, and they love it, and you're healing a lot of people. Tell me a little about that.
Well, I've called it Tappy Hour, and that seriously was a divine inspiration because I'm not that clever. But when I was getting such positive feedback just from the title, I knew maybe there was something onto it. So what Tappy Hour is an opportunity to experience EFT, which is emotional freedom techniques. And I'm just going to demonstrate it very quickly.
Yeah, please.
It's this simple. It's tapping, literally tapping on the endpoints of our energy system in our body so that we can flush stuck energy. And it allows us to access more of the unconscious part of ourselves that we're not aware. Like you were saying, you've been doing all this releasing from things you didn't even know were there. So it's amazing at bringing that up, acknowledging it, and letting it go. Releasing it so that we can be in a more powerful, empowered state of being in grace. So I love to share that in a group setting because one is that you benefit from the group community, the group energy. We're all tapping together, holding the space for each other. We are, benefiting from that group energy. And oftentimes you may not even be aware of something for yourself and you hear it in someone else, and then that will open something up for you. Nice. So it's a wonderful opportunity to come in and experience tapping and how powerful it is with very little commitment, with the sense of community, and benefit that way. Nice. And see if it's something for you.
Yeah, go to CheriValentine.com. We'll have it up on the screen at the end of the show. There's some great testimonials of people who have done Tappy Hour, and I've done it, and it feels amazing. But it works, it really does, when you have the right teacher. Many people do it, you have to have the right teacher, and I think Cheri is the right teacher.
I have to say this, because that is why I'm actually here in Exeter, in my own office, sharing this so publicly in this community. I walked into your place one day actually looking for an egg sandwich when I didn't realize you didn't have them. And I was meant to be... At the time. Yep. And I was meant to be somewhere else that day. Totally, completely meant to be somewhere else. And just things happened where I ended up having an opportunity to drop my car off for some service. So I had them bring me to your place. And anyway, in that moment I walked in and I literally heard, you need to talk to that man. I didn't even know who you were, but I had a sense you need to talk to him about Tappy Hour. I literally heard that. And you approached me. We had a conversation, and 2 weeks later, we were offering Tappy Hour at Good Karma.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was amazing.
And
that was following spirit, trusting guidance, which is what I help people to do on themselves.
And then just the unfoldment process from there,
Yeah.
because you're going to bring good things to you no matter what, because you have that heart. So, but thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for
No,
that.
thank you.
Tell me about a lot of your work is aligning, especially your coaching to entrepreneurs, women who want to, besides the, you do a lot of work in relationships. You're a big relationship counselor before, so your strength with relationships. If you have challenging relationships, ladies out there, Cheri has a vast experience there to help you. What was the radio show you had for a year?
Planting Seeds of Love.
Planting Seeds of Love.
Yeah, yeah.
She also talks about values with, when you go into business or do these things or want to succeed, what is success to be truly happy? Aligning your values.
Yes.
And just talk to me a little about that, because I know after my awakening the other day, I've made some decisions. They're part of my value systems, but they weren't really being acted out in the last whatever months. They'd come and go, and because I wasn't connecting with spirit as much as I should have, and I found I closed my business. Somebody couldn't show, and I would have had to be there, but I made a commitment to my son that I'd do something with him. I closed my business early to be with my son, and that's a value for me. That came through my that little awakening, that awakening I had. So talk to me about aligning values. That's a big part. Aligning values and integrating with your heart. Tell me a little about that.
So I found in my life personally that it's wonderful to say we want something or this is an intention for myself, and yet not really truly go inside and see if that's true. Is it even true for me? And I think often we'll give our power away to other people to tell us what we need to do, how we need to do it, who we should be. And that doesn't resonate with me anymore.
Right.
Once I started to look within and really trust, I was able to my life started to flow, just to flow and blossom in a way. So I help people to understand, okay, this is great. This is where you are. This is what you're looking to create. And this is what other people may be teaching you. You're learning this blueprint, this process, these steps. That's wonderful. Now let's really get clear about you. Is this for you? Is this in alignment? Is this the way that's going to speak to you, and you're going to show up with all that love and passion in your heart to show that this is for real? And when you start to do that and you're in alignment with those values that are feeding you, your life becomes easier. You don't have to go out and work so hard and try and make things happen because they show up, and it starts to have a flow and an ease, and you get directed and guided where your next steps are.
Right. That and it's amazing, because I say amazing a lot, don't I?
Yeah.
The name of the show.
It's great. Got it.
You've just given us a few snippets, aligning your heart in with your value system. The tappy hour, the work to do to emotionally release. I know that healing works. I did it through my divorce, and I saw a lot of things, and I released energy I never knew I had. So you're doing unbelievable energy work. You're doing enlightenment work with women, telling them what you just said. Just quickly, we have a few minutes.
Okay.
Tell us your main modalities. We know tappy hour, the energy healing. You had me on a table where you brought me back to my youth, where I saw myself in a tree that I used to hang in all the time, and I was alone a lot. And you brought that out and you mentioned it. I was like, oh my God. And you gave me some healing and some insight. So you do that, you do some energy work there.
Yep.
You have an intuition class. Today you're going to go out at 12 o'clock and have, I think, something at your shop about money and maybe tappy hour on money. You do all different modalities. Just in a couple of minutes, tell us.
Tapping, obviously, we've talked about. So I do that in private sessions. I do that in group work. The energy healing that I do is from a shamanic perspective. So you get to lie on a table and relax. And I tune into your energy system, into your body. And I also tune into some divine guidance. I just need to say, I'm not the healer.
Yep.
Each and every one of us has our own divine healer within. Right. And all I'm doing is activating that and for you and holding space to allow that for yourself. And I get information that I share with you. And that's usually pretty empowering, because as you saw, I was able to help connect you to an experience that was really holding you hostage in a part of your life that you hadn't been aware of. And when we were able to shift that energy
and I just want to tell you that aided in my healing process recently, where I went back to that. I'm sorry for interrupting, but it did.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah. So it's really, I find that tapping is quite empowering, because you are actually showing up and speaking and tapping and very actively involved. And then it works really well in complements with the energy healing, because I'm able to even access intuition and guidance at an even deeper level when I'm that way.
Right.
And you still participate, which I love. Like I'm all about experience. Like I'm not going to ever sit there and tell you what you need to do and who you should be. I am going to help you tap into your own sense of confidence and inner wisdom and guidance, so that you are showing up completely fully in your own life. And that's my goal, is to empower you to do that. I'm
Right.
never, you know, it's not about me making it happen for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So we definitely do classes on intuition. I teach you how to tune into your own yeses and nos and really have confidence in making decisions. How to meditate, how to get grounded, how to protect your energy, because so many people today, I feel, are taking on like an antenna, other people's emotions and pain and illness.
Yeah.
And so I teach you how to not let that happen anymore, so that you, again, you're showing up fully and authentically as you.
Right.
And not all these interferences and all these distractions. And how to integrate your mind and your heart. You know, because we all have a logical brain for a reason and need it.
Right. Yes.
You know, I'm not totally dissing that.
Right.
It's just that I've found, when I find the two balance and integrate and speak to each other, that it's a far more powerful approach than truly just being heart or truly just being mind.
Right.
But when they work together, it's a complete package.
It is.
Yeah.
It is the complete package, and I think to know that that true self, the true self, folks, is that you have a light in you. You're amazing. But what does amazing mean? You have a light in you. There's principles of good in the universe. There are principles of love, and we've had great prophets over the years and centuries that taught us about loving, giving, serving, and how we can release and be that amazing self. Cheri's work ushers you into this realm of discovery, exploration and discovery that'll transcend your life, that'll bring you tears like it did me yesterday, that'll give you goosebumps at the most goofy things in life, that will give you an appreciation for your mom or from a relative that you were disassociated with because of past issues, that you can now forgive and love. It's going to give you this transformative experience if you do this inner work to make you become that amazing person. That's what's holding you back. If you keep on stumbling and not having joy in your life, the inner work that Cheri talked about today, and that she works with her clients, and that she heals and uses the modalities to get you to that point of transcending, that's the answer. That I truly believe, and I know from my experience, that is the answer. So I ask you, please, again, I joked about this being an infomercial, but it really isn't. I truly believe, and I meditated before this show started, thinking about the people that are out there that may watch this video, that are hurting, that have pain and keep on running into the walls, that they might get a little snippet out of here that will open them up to reading a book or contacting Cheri. We'll put her information at the bottom of the screen now. Cheri Valentine, healer, amazing woman. We probably won't put that, but her website, which is going to be revamped, but we'll put her website up here, cherivalentine.com, so you can read through it. She's the real deal. Make an effort, pick up the phone and contact her. Free consultation. What will you do? What kind of time? You're so busy now, it's hard. But
I have started to charge for my initial consultations, and only because I was getting people who say that they want to change in their life, but they really weren't ready to make the change.
How much is the initial consultation?
It's $100.
$100. And
you're going to walk away from that with some real strategies. You're going to already have an experience, whether or not you choose to move forward with me or not. It's not just it's not like a fluff.
The first 5 women, the first 5 women that call Cheri or email Cheri, the first 5 that email you or call you, the consultation is on me. The first 5 women, this is the challenge, first 5 women who really need help, who really need to be empowered, that $100 fee is on me. Contact her via email at what?
Cheri, Cheri, Cheri,
Yep.
at cherivalentine.com.
Cheri at CheriValentine.com, or call her at your office number?
603-918-8265.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Take the step,
Yeah.
get active, have an amazing life.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.